So do you also use Google Ads to get more leads for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to track new leads from Google Lead Ads to Salesforce CRM. So like you, I also use Google Ads to get more leads for my business. And now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead from Google Ad, I want to add the lead details into my Salesforce CRM so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Ads and Salesforce, and we're going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video I'll show you how to automatically track new leads from Google Lead Ads and add them into Salesforce CRM. So as soon as someone submit your lead form on Google Ads, automatically their details will be added into your Salesforce account too. And you must be wondering how we're going to do this. So to do this, we're just going to use an amazing automation software which is easy to use and requires no coding or programming language, which is Pabbly Connect. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now using this only, we're just going to create a connection between Google Ads and Salesforce. Alright, so I'm just going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect. But before we move on further, I'll just show you something really helpful. This is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. It's a space where users share their ideas, solutions and workflow tips. So if you are stuck at any step, the community is a great resource of guidance. And if you also want to know how to join this, then the link is given in the description box below. You can check it out. Alright, so now I'm just going to move on back towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect right over here in order to create this connection between Google Ads and Salesforce. So yes, now after opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps and we're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And once I'm just going to click on this access, now it is going to open the dashboard of my Pabbly Connect account. And to get started, I'm just going to simply click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder. So over here we have two options. The new workflow builder is faster, more flexible and ideal for those who want a modern interface. The classic builder on the other hand is perfect for users who prefer a stable and tried and tested setup. So you can use any one of this. I'm just going to use this new one. So I'm just going to go towards this select in the new one. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these folder only, which is automations. And now for the workflow name, I'm simply going to enter the workflow name as this. Track new leads from Google Lead Ads to Salesforce CRM. And then I'm just going to simply click on this button which says create. And once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. And this means that the trigger is going to start the process while the actions are the result for the same. So over here for the trigger, we are going to select it as Google Ads, which is going to start the process whenever we receive a new lead. And the Salesforce will be our action, which is we're going to add the details right over here in my Salesforce whenever we're going to receive a new lead from Google Ads. So now I'm just going to set up my trigger. I'm just going to click on this add trigger button right over here. And now for the trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Ads. So I'm just going to search for Google Ads right over here and then I'm just going to simply select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select it as new lead form entry and click on this connect. And now it is giving me a web URL using which we're going to create a connection between Google Ads and Pabbly Connect. So I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL, then I'm just going to open my Google Ads. So as you can see over here, I'm creating a campaign. So this is a test campaign, all right. So I'm just going to move on forward and we're going to see lead delivery options. So we simply have to go towards it's this lead delivery options, and we're going to see the webhook URL. So I'm just going to simply paste the webhook URL which we copied from our workflow, and now for the keys, I'm just going to simply enter the key. And after doing both of this, I'm simply going to click on this send test data, and now it is saying test data sent successfully. So as you can see, now I'm just going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response of the same test data or not. And as you can see that Pabbly has successfully captured the response. We're going to see the email, or we're going to see the company name, the phone number, and the rest of the details. So yes, these details are test details. That's why it is showing like this: first name, last name, the phone number, the company name, and all. But if you're using a live Google Ads account and you're running a live campaign, then you're going to receive the live details of your leads right over here. All right, with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step, which is Google Ads. And now I'm just going to move on further, and I'm just going to add these details into my Salesforce. So for that, I'm just going to add another action step. I'm just going to click on this add new action step button, and now I'm just going to simply select my action application as Salesforce right over here. So I'm just going to search for Salesforce and select it. Now for the action event, I'm just going to simply select it as create lead and click on this connect. Now in order to connect my Salesforce account, you have to go towards this add a new connection and then connect with Salesforce. Pabbly is going to ask you for your Salesforce account credentials. So you simply have to enter the credentials, and after entering this, Pabbly is going to ask you for some permissions. So what you have to do is you simply have to give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because your data is secure with Pabbly. No need to worry, all right? And once you give Pabbly all the permissions, your Salesforce account will be connected. I've already did all of this, so I'm simply going to go towards this select existing connection and then save. And now my Salesforce account has been connected, so I'm simply going to enter the first name, the last name, and the rest of the details. So first, we are only going to fill in the details which are required, like this first name, last name, company name, email, and phone number. But we are not going to enter the details manually by typing it like this, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering, what is mapping? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Ads as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. Alright, so I'm simply going to map the details, and as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So you have to keep in mind that you have to map the string value, and one by one I'm just going to map all the required details. So I'm just going to look for the required details, I'm just going to search for it, and then I'm just going to map it one by one, like you can see right over here. Now I'm just going to map the phone number right over here, and then I'm just going to map this email address. So these are the test details. Once again, I'll just let you know. Alright, so after mapping the details which are required, I'm just going to move in further. For the lead source, I'm just going to keep it as web. For the status, I'm just going to keep it as open, not contacted, and rating as hot. And after entering all of these details, I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully created a new lead in our Salesforce account. So I'm just going to open my Salesforce account and check for the new lead created. Alright, so I'm just going to open my Salesforce account. I'm just going to go towards this lead section, and we're going to see a new lead has been created. So I'm just going to open it, and as you can see, the same details, the same name, the same company name, the same lead status, the same email address, same phone number, and the same rating. So yes, you can see that we have successfully added the lead details right over here in our Salesforce, that too without any manual intervention. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow, and now whenever we're going to receive a new lead from Google Ads, automatically the lead details will be added into our Salesforce. All of this is going to happen in backend, and we don't have to come back in again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. You can just sit back and relax. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.